As far as human beings are concerned, there are two important questions which they would have across their life. Number one is who they are, and number two, what are their beliefs. The main objective and the mission of Islamic Education Department is to assist, to support human beings, especially our members of our community, in the journey towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After their marriage, we thought to introduce and to come up with the concept of when they are starting the new life, why not husband and wife, the new couple, they can come and share a good amount of their life and days, number of days income. They can seek their spiritual blessings from the shrines, Najaf, Karbala, Qom, Samarra, and all these holy places. And most importantly, they seek advice from scholars, from learned people, and how to nurture the couple life and in future child upbringing.
The Medina and Bab course is a 3-week course. The purpose is really threefold. One is to support their spiritual development. 2 is to give them the access to the ziyarat and spend time in the presence of scholars. And 3rd is to interact as a global body. I actually remember once when I came back, and I've been a mentor on that course, and I came back and I met Ali Akbar uncle, who's a car park volunteer in Stanmore, and he said, this individual went to Iran with you? I said, yes. And he said, what did you do in this course? And I said, no, we're there for 3 weeks, went to Qom, went to Mashhad. He said, this guy used to, every time he used to come to the mosque, he was always standing outside, and he was really mischievous. But all of a sudden, since he's been to this course, he's been interacting in my classes. He used to run some Thursday classes, and I've seen a complete change. And alhamdulillah, we've seen a lot of those instances where people have really changed because of this course.
A lot of our books are available in Arabic, Persian, even Urdu. Not so much in English. Target audience is the people who can only read in that language, and yet who are looking to find out a bit more, something a little bit deeper about the faith. And these books fill that gap very nicely. We have a lot of publications traditionally in the Khoja community, which are very basic madrasa type books, which have served their purpose. But books that are slightly more complicated, we didn't have so many, and that is where WF is trying to, I think, fill that gap.
The World Federation publication is not just around translation of works, but around creating multiple array of books for various readers, from young children to adults to professionals at universities. Our latest publication around the eternal life by Sheikh Babanpur and edited by Sheikh Abbas Jafar is one of them. We have just released the prescription for physician by Sheikh Muhammad Khalfan, an array of other books. It is part of the long-term vision to provide quality material for our readership across the globe.
The first book I was involved in with the WF was in an editorial role. The World Federation had commissioned a translation of Ayatollah Nasir Mukarim Shirazi's thematic tafsir called Payam-e-Quran, and it had been translated by, I believe, Sheikh Salim Bimji, and I was involved in editing it. More recently, I translated a work by Aghay Bahmanpur on eschatology, life after death. That was very well received because Sheikh Bahmanpur had looked at it in a very practical, believable, plausible style, and such a treatment of this subject had not been done before.
WF was able to accomplish many things in our term. The most important thing was the Tawzil Masail and Islamic laws of Ayatollah Sistani. The project started at the time of Sayyid Ali Raza Naqvi, and he started this project, and I was able to complete the first volume during my term, and volume 2.
Under Islamic education, we have organized 10 youth camps for the boys and girls of our community, boys of the age of 10 to 16 and girls of the age of 9 to 13. In this way, we have benefited more than 350 participants, not just from Bombay, not just from India, but we have even seen participants from Dubai and Muscat. For the youth, we have organized 3 Ahkam-e-Mayyat workshops as well as 3 business ethics and principles workshops, which has benefited more than 125 participants. For the ulama, we have organized computer coaching classes as well as English speaking classes. On family ethics side, we have organized 2 couple workshops so far, as well as youth counseling workshop, pre-marriage counseling workshops, and a workshop for the in-laws.
Since 2005, with the help of the World Federation, as well as the help of some Koja personal trusts and individuals, we were able to build a community center near the capital Sarajevo, and also start a housing scheme whereby we provided interest-free loans to a number of Shia families to help them to build their homes in the area.
The first project founded by the World Federation was greatly welcomed because the people of Kosovo were given 5,000 copies of Quran in Albanian and 3,000 copies of fundamental Islamic books from the group of scholars Darus Salam called Principles of Religion. The second project is the support given to the cultural and educational organization NISA in order to publish Vlera magazine, which started since 2014 and it is still ongoing. This magazine has the annual cost of 12,000 euros, and a number of intellectuals and writing experts are engaged in writing about different fields of culture and art in general.
The Ask an AALIM project is one where anybody who has a question, whether it's a fiqh question or any other question, can send it to the WF, and the WF then has asked several people to be available to answer these questions. I hope that myself and others who answer these questions are able to give some comfort to the person who is asking questions. Some of these questions really are very, very serious, and you can see that a person has really found himself in a very difficult situation. Others are less serious. In the end, I think the impact is both a personal one, and then depending on the question, whether it is appropriate or not to be shared, what has happened is a nice archive is being formed, and a searchable archive, one that you can go, and it separates the questions by history, theology, fiqh, personal matters, social matters. And a person can look and see what else has been asked and how it has been answered. The idea is, again, to offer a kind of course for lay people that is a little bit deeper than what is normally discussed in the Mimbar. I think that this online program is targeted at people who just want to know more about their faith and give them a flavor of what Hausa studies are like.
The ISISTANI app we are hoping to launch by the time conference has begun around the first week of May. It is taking the Tawzi of Ayatollah Sistani onto the next level as an iOS and an Android app. It was initially started by Unique Mobiles and supported by Horizon Charitable Trust, for whom we are extremely grateful to. And now this project has been taken over by the World Federation. We hope you will find it extremely useful, and at the same time it is a service that is available to the entire Shia community worldwide for free. As the World Federation, we are members of the Religious Education Council of England and Wales, whose specific remit is to look at religious education in the United Kingdom. This is looked after by our Islamic Education Department, and the purpose is to ensure that we can influence and at the same time see how we can shape the narrative when it comes to teaching Islam in the secular schools in the United Kingdom.
We went on establishing this concept by the verses of Quran and the reflection point, and I'm glad to inform we had millions of viewers because the appeal was huge. We didn't confine it to the Khoja community, we went much larger than that, and we were targeting not only the Shias but Muslims. Manhaj is a project which was introduced in Kenya. We are partnering with Africa Federation once again through the support of Murabbi Muhammad Bhai Jafar, who introduced basically this concept to us, who gave the opportunity to explore the Islamic education knowledge is concerned in Kenya. So how it works in Kenya is like they have a religious department, right? So the religious department of Islamic education is concerned, they had their own curriculum, but the curriculum which was there from last good number of years, 10 to 15 years, which was not revised, and due to the different emerging challenges of extremity and terrorism in that region, there was a need of coming up with a moderate syllabus, a moderate curriculum as far as Islamic education is concerned. So basically WF and Africa Federation was able to cater the need of that local community, which has been discussed at higher level of ministry, and the essential thing which we were able to accomplish in this project was to come up with a God-centric syllabus. There is no sectarian issues. We have completely avoided deliberately for any fiqh or any as far as jurisprudence difference is concerned, rather to invite Sunni and Shia communities to work together and to work on the commonalities of our beautiful religion, which is Islam. We were able to do the very first AALIM conference we were able to do was with Sayyid Hassan Naqvi in Africa Federation with Aftab, and I was overwhelmed by that opportunity of collaboration and partnership with Aftab in this particular case. We were able to conduct the conference in Madagascar, where we were able to gather, to collect all the scholars of that community, and for 3 days we were just brainstorming about various ideas how to take the community to the next level. I was able to do an ulama retreat with Sayyid Muhammad Naqvi, who is leading the Iqra of Kuwait. So with the same principle, with the same agenda, the ulama of Kuwait, different scholars met together to discuss various opportunities to work as far as spirituality of the community is concerned. I was glad to have a collaboration with Faith Symposium of Nasimko as well. The idea emerged from them, and basically I was invited. I was representing WFIE, and we were able to get into those lines. As far as India Federation is concerned, once again, I'm glad to inform that we have already started the process of establishing a Tabligh board in India, in India Federation.
It was early 2016, January 2016, that we started this, or we called the retreat of the scholars, the academicians, the zakirin of the community to come together under one roof to discuss issues, programs that we could do together. The ideal situation would be to bring them all together, to get them to sit together and discuss the most challenging issues and be able to stand in one voice and speak about it and guide the community towards that particular direction.